come on in. Come on in out of the cold. Why is it when I start speaking, I have to have a cough? Excuse me. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry about that. It's as though it just comes out of nowhere. Okay, so I finished off all the stenciling in these two books. I finished off all the different stenciling. So I am going to do the calendar page. In the April, I did a calendar page on screen, and I think I maybe did another one in another, but I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna go mad. Oh, I've got my nail varnish on there, never mind. And I'm gonna do another one. I normally go on a blank page, but it's entirely up to you. The beauty of using the grid or the dots is, my lid keeps popping off this today. It's so funny. It'll be flat again. It's just every now and again, and as soon as I pick it up to my mouth it pops, but it just popped there. But if I leave the lid off I'll spill it. I just know. So let's get a pencil. Let's get one of my lovely black wings. Make sure it's nice and sharp. I love my black wing pencil sharpeners. Okay, and journal block. So what was I saying? The good thing about using a grid or a dot is it's easy. It's so easy to do the lines. So I normally leave the bottom grid, and then I normally go up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. So I'm just going to pencil it in. I pencil it all in, and then I can go over it later. Oh, yeah, missed that one. Never mind. Up another 6. I'm going to have to move that clip to the bottom. The only time you've got to be careful is sometimes there are 5 weeks. So you'll need 6 lines. I'll work this out in a minute. I haven't got my other phone down here with me, so I don't actually know how many weeks there are in this one, to be honest. Oh, did you hear that pop? It just popped off again. Right, so I do know that December the 1st is a Tuesday. So let me do the lines and then I can look at it. So again, I'm going to go 6 in from here, and it depends where you are in the book. They have these half lines, so go here, 6, 6, 6, and go this way. I just find it easier. 6, 6, 6, and whatever's left is Thursday. Now, in Europe, we start the week on a Monday after the weekend, because the weekend is the end of the week, hence weekend. So we start on a Monday, but I know a lot of the rest of the world, like America, start on a Sunday. So that's up to you. You'll have to work that out. But if December the 1st is a Tuesday, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. That's fine. So I only need these 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But sometimes, especially if your month starts at the end of the week, you need an extra row. Okay, so this is going to be my row. So mine is, I'm just going to go over it a bit harder in pencil where I want it to be. It's going to start on a Tuesday, like so. And it's going to end on a Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it's going to end there. So I'm just going to rub out anything on the excess. So there, so that I won't get confused. And here. Okay, rub some of this top out. I'll rub more of this top out in a bit, but for now. Excuse me. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to draw that grid in, but I always leave a space up above to write the day. So there's going to be a line across here as well. You need a waterproof pen. You know, you've got to have a pen that you're going to be able to colour with. That's a very thick one. Hang on. I've got so many hanging around. I think this one's gone. Let's try this one. Fourth time lucky. Oh, goodness me. What's happening with my pens? Which one did I say was thick? That one. That's fine. Okay, so, and I normally do one side and then the other side. I just find it easier. So, here we go. Just going to go over that one again. I don't know what happened there. Oh, what a mess I've made of that. Never mind. Am I bothered? No. I'll open a new pen in a minute because this one is driving me mad, but I don't want the pen to be too juicy because otherwise it's just going to smudge and I don't want that. Okay, oh, the bottom one. Forgot the bottom one. Quite hard to get my ruler straight there this morning. And now I'm going to go up. So I'm going to go up to this second line. And some of you will have plenty experience doing this and don't need to watch. And others, we might have some new people join. So there you go, that's that half. And then let's do this half. I always fold my book over to give me a flatter surface. I sound a little bit croaky this morning. This pen now, after being quite juicy, has now decided it doesn't want to be juicy. Goodness me, what is the matter with the pen? I'm making a right mountain out of this today, aren't I? I usually fly through these. And again, you don't need one in every book. I like to put one in every book. There's the top bit. There's the top bit there. And then I've just got the downward lines to go. And if you get it slightly wrong, you know what, it doesn't matter. This is the last month in 2020. And hopefully 2021 will be a lot better for people. Okay, I mean, I've been all right. I quite enjoy being at home. I enjoy not having to do all the travel. I enjoy seeing all my, my grandkids, my kids. But for a lot of other people, I know it's hard because you're not all recluses like me. You know, after spending 10 years flying, living in hotels, eating in restaurants, everybody thinks it sounds really glamorous, and it's just not. It's just not. So I think I'm going to go back to my I'm going to do an inky background. Excuse me, I'm going to do an inky background here, but I think let me stamp, since it's December, let's stamp something a little bit festive. What shall I stamp? This lovely holly. I'm going to stamp first. I'm going to stamp across the top here, and I'm going to stamp down here. Yes, let's do that. As usual, I have no idea what I'm going to do in the video until I do it. As you can see. Oh, got sellotape on there. Always an archival pad. Always, always, always. I always use the Ranger ink, the jet black ink archival pad, because I want to colour over the top as well. Okay, so that's there. And then I'm just going to put a bit at the bottom as well. All right. And that means that I can colour that in. I'm actually going to do the background first. Let's pop that away. That is from Kiss Me Under the Mistletoe. Love this stamp set. I use it all year round as well. Obviously not the holly, but the others I do use all year round. Okay, so just blue. Let's find a nice light blue. These are my inks in water brushes. It's the Tim Holtz water brush. So I'm just going to go in. Oh, feels like it needs a bit of a squeeze. Get some colour through. I'm just going, oh, this isn't, it's not squeezing through very well. So it feels like it's got a bit of a block. I don't know, it's very unusual. But it doesn't matter, I can squeeze some out on the mat and then do it. And I'm not bothered if I'm neat. When I'm doing this, you'll see it is not coming through. I think this brush is blocked. With what? I don't know. But never mind. I'll just pick it up from the mat. And you can do that with a normal brush as well. If you haven't got these, you can just pick some colour up from the mat and colour them. I just love them. I'd love painting with my inks. I always have done. And of course, because look, you see, it's not squeezing through. Because the dialogues are made with my paper, you can do this. This is how I introduce ink in my dialogues. If you did this in a normal, say like a bullet journal or a normal notebook, this would go straight through to the other side, which is not what we want, is it? And what I'll do is I'll have a good look at this brush later. I've never lost a brush. I've never, you know, had one give up the ghost on me. So in 8 years, so this could be the first. If it is, I'll just swap the top out for another one. It's good going, isn't it? I've used thousands of them over the years. And then I'm going to do, the actual calendar is going to be red and green. to match my book. But if you've done blue and pink, make your calendar blue and pink, whatever colour you want. I'm just going to squeeze a bit more. See, it's coming out. It's just not, you have to squeeze it for some reason on this one, which is not usual. Normally it just flows beautifully. And don't worry about being too neat. I'm going to show you how I combat that. You know, and if you're thinking to yourself, oh, she's doing the same thing she's done before. Seriously, we're in month, is it month 9? Is it month, I think we're in month 9. I repeat things. I don't do, well, I can't do new stuff all the time. I wouldn't even know where to start. So, you know, some people, when I wasn't that 6 weeks, I wasn't doing it, people were like, oh, there's no inspiration and blah, blah. Like, where do you think I get my inspiration? I just go back and I do different things in different colours, as well as new things. So it's all about doing what you like, and I like to do the same things. You could use pencil crayons for this if you want. You could have had a painted background. I like to start with a blank page. I know it's got the grid on, but it's got no, it had no colour or anything like that on. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to leave that one out. I'll probably forget. And then I'll be like, why is that brush there? Excuse me. I'll be like, why is that brush there? Right, now we're going to do Christmas. So what colour shall I use? I think I'm just going to use the same colours that I already... let's have... Shall I use 2? I can use peas and... Yeah, I'll use 2 greens, 2 reds. So I'm going to have Postbox Red and Rose Quartz when I can find it. There we go. So I've got a light and a dark in each. So in the green, I've got my Mushy Peas ink and my Dirty Martini. And in the colours, I've got Rose Quartz and Postbox Red. People say, how do you know what colours these are when you haven't got a label on? Usually none of mine have labels on. These are because the Ranger label all my teaching supplies, but you can tell. I can always tell by the lids what they are. So I'm going to start over here with Mushy Peas, and I'm just going to, oh, don't you do that as well. There we go. I'm just going to colour in the Mushy Peas one. All right, and then I'm going to come down in a diagonal line here. So in this diagonal, every square in this diagonal is going to be, I did a big blob, sorry about that, it's going to be Mushy Peas. Okay, and then I'm going to do Rose Quartz. I'll turn my book this way because when I squeeze, it's just usually to get it going. Sometimes if they've been sat down here a while. So everyone this way. Rose Quartz. And then we'll have Dirty Martini. You can have 1 colour, 2 colours, 6 colours, different colour for every day of the week, whatever you want to do. I could be neater, but I can't be bothered. And you'll see. So Dirty Martini, and then we'll have Postbox Red. And that's my 4 colours, and then I will just repeat them. Now, I can't come down to the bottom with this Postbox red, but I'll show you the easy way of doing. Okay, so I've come to the end. So here it must be mushy peas first, next. Mushy peas must go there. So therefore my red would be in front of all these mushy peas. So if I come back this way, so I'm just going back in the opposite direction. I put it at the end of the line and then I'm putting it at the beginning. And I'm just going to work backwards. And that's the easiest way of working out what colours go where, to be honest. I'll still have a few more colours to add in, but I can add them at the end. So, so then I want mushy, well, no, yes, mushy peas, sorry. Mushy peas goes in front. I'll just finish off this end. And then rose quartz goes in front of that, and then I end up working backwards. Okay, so behind red was Dirty Martini. So all of these cubes will be Dirty Martini. Oh, big lot of rain on the roof. What's in front of Dirty Martini? Rose quartz. You see, it's simple if you have a little bit of a system going. But again, you could really take your time. I have got so many things to do. I haven't got time. I'm designing at the moment. So, and I'm very late on the designs. And I'm hoping to go away. So I've got to get a wriggle on and get these things done. And the last one is Postbox red. Marvellous. Right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to soften all that off by using the first technique. Mr. Tim Holtz, my lovely friend, the first technique he ever taught me. Okay, I'll stand up for this in a minute. And you get your water, mister. You cup your hand. You make it into a cup. You stand up and you open your hand like this. You don't turn over and dunk it. You hold your hand like this and you flick water down. And it works perfectly with his distress, but it also works with my Dylusions inks. It works brilliantly. Scrunch it up into a ball. I'm just going to get rid of this. And then I'm just going to blot. Oh, it's quite humid down here. Oh, because it's raining out. I was going to say, it's not really lifted a great deal, but it will. It will. As we go on, you'll see. But can you see where it's lifting the colours here? At the moment, because it's humid, it's holding on to the ink, but this will lift and it will come off. If it doesn't, I'll add a little bit more. I'm just going to add a yellow, I think, in there. That will give us time to see what this one is doing and whether I need to add any more water to it. When it's very humid or damp, it will hold on to the water that you've popped on it. I might give it a quick, because normally I would just leave it, but because I'm in a hurry, I'm just going to give it a quick blast with the heat gun and then see what's happening. I don't normally use a heat gun, but There you go. Can you see it coming up now? So we've got that lovely, lovely effect. And now let's get out the Dyalog stamps. I want these. They have the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday on. Oops. I wrote these so they perfectly, I've left 2 grids actually, but they will perfectly fit in 1 grid. But for some reason, I do like to leave 2 grids. So, but if you wanted it in just 1, it would fit. There we go. Monday. Tuesday. Wednesday. Thursday. Now on Thursday, I'll put part of it there and then I'll just fold the page, and that's the beauty. It was a little bit wobbly, but it's not. But that's the beauty of having clear stamps. That's why anything to do with my diary or my dialogue are clear stamps, and my other ones are the rubber stamps. Rubber stamps are much better quality, hence the price. But these are so much more useful here. Okay. So my week starts on a Monday. That's that one. And I think I am going to use diary stickers actually, because then it'll give me more room to write somewhere. There we go. I'm just going to put diary stickers on. This is sticker book 2, sticker collection 2, and it has lots of these pages. I'm going to tear one of these pages out, just be easier to show you. There's lots of these pages. I think there's 3 of these all together. No, 8 months. I think you get 8 months worth. So, and they are clear stickers. So you just, I lift it with a thing. So there's December the 1st. And normally I will stamp with quite big numbers and it won't give me room, you know, just because I like to know what the dates are. But because there's a lot going on and I will be home, I'm going to leave room so that I can write little appointments or something in. I don't normally, but I want to with this one. I've got a lot of classes that I'm teaching. I'm actually home for Christmas dues. Not that we can go to many, but as long as we stick in less than 6 people, we can have a staff Christmas do. I love these little numbers. Hence, I have 2 pages of them. You don't have to put every number in as well, remember. You could just put number 1 and number 3, because then, you know, it's obvious the one in between is number 2. So you could just put the odd numbers, you could just put the even numbers. Sometimes when, oh, look what I've done. I was talking about it and then I've missed it. That would have been confusing when I got to the very end, wouldn't it? A little blade like this just helps you to position them. Helps get them off the page, and it just helps to position them well as well. Oh, 18. I would have been annoyed. I'd have got to the bottom and thought, hang on a minute, where's New Year's Eve? 19. 20. I know you don't need to hear me count, but Jay's birthday is in December as well, between Christmas and New Year. Actually, I'm going to miss the 25. I'm going to leave that and I'm going to put that in large. So 26. And I'm also going to do that with the 31st as well. Okay, so let's put those back in there. Let's keep them safe so I don't lose them. And then let's get... oh, I know where the large numbers are. The large numbers, I was like, where have they gone? But I remembered, because I was doing a lot of dialogue, I actually stuck them to the inside of my tin. My dialogue stamps I keep in my elasticated bag, but my diary stamps I keep in this tin. It's the archival tin. And I stick the most useful ones on the side. So it's because I was doing class. So what do I want? I want a 2 and a 5. It just saves me losing them when I'm using them a lot. And then I want a 3 and a 1. There we go. Stick them down firmly, put that back on. I will get round to putting them back in the proper place eventually. And then look, I keep them all in one tin. I keep everything there. Let's put that down. Let's get this. I'm such a tidier upper all the time. And then the last thing to do is to do the holly. Excuse me. This is not, I'm not contagious or anything like that. I just, every November, I get a really bad chest. Have done for years. So I'm not going to colour all of it, but I'm going to colour some of them in the lime, like so. I'm just going to use 2 colours for this, and then I'll do some in the Dirty Martini. Okay, and then I usually like to add a bit of polished jade for holly. So let's have polished jade stems. I put polished jade in here actually instead of the lime. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to continue. There's my calendar. I wrote, this was my first page. I just wrote December 2020, the most wonderful time of the year. That's a little nod to Christmas, but it's also the fact that it's the end of December 2020. Still living through a pandemic, and I hadn't finished what I was writing there. So I'm going to leave you with that. Now, I don't think I'm going to be posting every day because I haven't got time, okay? But I'll post. I will do as much as I can for you. Okay? See you next time.